Welcome to the Soul Evolver. If you're here today, you're likely seeking answers to something that's left you feeling confused, hurt, or even trapped. Narcissistic abuse and trauma bonding can often be difficult to understand, but you're not alone. Over the next several minutes, we're going to explore what narcissistic abuse is, why it can feel so consuming, and most importantly, how to start your journey toward healing. Narcissistic abuse often feels like a slow, insidious poison. You might not even realize it's happening at first. You may have experienced a relationship that began with intensity, admiration, and affection. But over time, you began to feel confused, drained, and unsure of yourself. Maybe you started to question your own reality. This is what narcissistic abuse does. It manipulates and warps your sense of self, leaving you lost in a toxic, unending cycle. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the Soul Evolver. If this topic resonates with you, your support helps others find this content too. Share your thoughts in the comments. You never know who might feel better because of your story. So, what is narcissistic abuse? Narcissistic abuse occurs when someone with narcissistic traits uses manipulation, control, and emotional harm to dominate and overpower another person. The narcissist may present themselves as charming, but behind closed doors, they may belittle you, gaslight you, and make you feel inferior. They do this to feed their insatiable need for validation and power. But what makes this cycle so difficult to break? The answer lies in something called trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is the emotional attachment that forms between an abuser and their victim. It's a bond that is created in the cycle of abuse, the love bombing phase, followed by emotional devaluation and the eventual discard. The highs and lows of this cycle make you feel intensely connected to your abuser, and that's why it's so hard to leave. Marcus met his narcissistic partner during a tough period in his life. She was everything he thought he needed. Understanding, fun, supportive. But soon, her love turned to rage when he didn't do what she wanted. She'd disappear for days and then return with affection as if nothing happened. Marcus felt addicted to the roller coaster of emotions. Let's break it down further. When you first meet a narcissist, they often make you feel incredibly special. They might shower you with compliments, attention, and affection. This is known as love bombing. They make you feel like you're the only person in the world who matters. For many victims, this initial phase can be intoxicating. You may feel loved in a way that feels almost too good to be true. But as the relationship progresses, things begin to change. The narcissist slowly starts to manipulate you. They may use tactics like gaslighting, making you doubt your reality. For instance, they might tell you something didn't happen when you clearly remember it. Or they may make you feel like you're overreacting to their hurtful behavior. They start to twist your perception, making you question everything you thought you knew. This is where the trauma bond begins. You may start to feel like you can never fully trust yourself, but also can't let go of the hope that things will go back to how they once were. The narcissist may apologize or make false promises, only to repeat their behavior later. These intermittent moments of kindness or affection are like life buoys in a storm. They keep you afloat, but they also keep you stuck in the cycle, believing the next time will be different. Jasmine found herself staying up all night waiting for a text after an argument. When it finally came, it was a simple heart emoji. It made her feel like everything was okay, but it wasn't. That one small gesture triggered a flood of hope and relief, only to be shattered again days later. And here lies the complexity of trauma bonding. It's not about love, it's about the emotional addiction that develops. Your mind and body begin to crave the highs, the validation, and the moments of affection. These moments, though fleeting, become more addictive than the hurtful moments. Over time, this bond takes root in your very being, making it incredibly difficult to leave. So, how do we break free from this cycle? The journey to healing begins with understanding what has happened. If you're here, acknowledging the abuse and the trauma bond is the first step. Recognizing that what you've experienced is not your fault is crucial. Narcissistic abuse and trauma bonding are manipulative patterns designed to undermine your self-worth, and the effects can be far-reaching. The road to recovery begins with self-compassion. It's essential to give yourself grace. You are not weak, you are not foolish, and you are not broken. You were simply caught in a toxic pattern that can happen to anyone. Healing from narcissistic abuse starts with forgiving yourself for staying and recognizing that leaving is incredibly difficult, but it's also possible. Healing involves rebuilding your sense of self, piece by piece. It's about rediscovering who you are without the constant manipulation and control of the narcissist. Start by setting boundaries. You may need to limit or completely cut contact with the narcissist, especially if they continue to manipulate or gaslight you. No contact can be one of the most powerful tools in reclaiming your peace. Therapy and support groups can also be crucial in your recovery. Finding a therapist who specializes in narcissistic abuse can help you process the trauma and develop strategies for emotional recovery. And don't underestimate the power of a support system. Whether it's friends, family, or an online community of survivors, you're not alone. There are countless people who have walked this path before you, and they are here to support you. As you heal, take small steps towards regaining your confidence. Rediscover activities that bring you joy, and start to nurture the relationships that were put on hold. Healing takes time, but with each small step, you're getting closer to being free. Remember, healing isn't linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the road feels impossibly long. But keep moving forward. Each day is a victory, no matter how small it may seem. And before we close, I want to invite you once again to support the Soul Evolver. If this video has helped you in any way, please like, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe. Your voice matters. Leave a comment and let us know your experience or questions. This channel is about community, healing, and growth. Thank you for joining me today. If you found comfort in this message, know that you are not alone in this journey. There is hope. You can break free from the trauma bond. You can heal, and you deserve peace. If you feel ready, take the next step today. And remember, healing starts with you. Take care of yourself